Howdy folks, this is a Sunday morning for me. We're going to be shaving with Soap Commander Unity. You see the scent there, it's apple, fig, and cranberry. Comes in a pretty good sized tub. There's 6 ounces of soap in there. That's what it looks like on the inside there, and it's fairly firm. Still fairly easy to scrape out with a I use a baby spoon. Put it in my bowl. Today I got it in a bowl from the Distinctive Goat. It's a wooden bowl. It's got grooves in the center there. And this one here is made out of walnut. Got it whipped up with a, see if you can see that, Century brush. This is a original one. In other words, it's got the original knot in there. And got quite a bit of lather mixed up in there. Got the usuals here. Alum block complete with rubber band. Thayer's witch hazel with aloe. And I'm going to follow up with the aftershave balm Unity Soap Commander. Day shaver. This is a 1969 model Gillette Super Adjustable 109. In other words, the length of the handle there. This is the long handle. And I'm going to do all 3 passes on the setting number 9 there. I think you can see that. Yep, number 9. And I got a derby blade inside there. Before I put a hot towel to the face, bloom water, trying to work it in as a pre-shave. And I'm going to give this a try and see how number 9 setting works for me. Almost looks like my, can't tell for sure, it kind of looks like my camera might be a little crooked. I think I'll leave it alone, otherwise you'll be going like this for a moment or two till I figure out where it's level at. It don't look too bad, I guess. Here we go. This scent is really nice, especially for this time of the year. Meaning that if you're a person that likes something along the lines of banana nut bread. In other words, somebody might be cooking some bread that would smell something close to this, or muffins. Smells really nice. Kind of helps set the mood on a Sunday. Now tomorrow's Monday, and I got tomorrow off. This is where here in the States they celebrate Martin Luther King's birthday, and for this particular year it's going to be on the 15th, on Monday. And later on I'll show you what the Monday and Tuesday soaps are going to be looking like. But here we go. Number 9. Guess it depends on what a person's needs and wants are, but if you don't get caught up in the I guess you might say all the excitement around a Gillette Slim or a Fat Boy, if I remember correctly, their settings are 1 through 5. And the settings on this one is 1 through 9. So if you're thinking you might need a bit more a variety in your ability to adjust your shaver, this one might be a good one to start with. They do come in 2 different handle lengths. 109 is the millimeters in length of the handle, and I think the other one, the short version, is 84 if I remember correctly. And I was looking into it briefly. If I remember correctly, I think they started making these either late 1968, maybe, going into 1969, if I got that figured right. And there's some, I guess you might say, variances of the shavers, in that the size, not only do you have the length, but the I guess you might say the newer ones, the base plate will be different. The will be black, and the date codes won't be on that base plate, but it'll be underneath the doors. You'll have to open the razor up, look inside, in order to see the date. And not only that, when you do that, you'll also notice that the inside looks somewhat different. I don't recall what year that is when they start to change that up. I think it's in the late 70s. I want to say 78, but I'm not 100% sure. It could be just a little bit later than that, but I'm thinking it's 1978. As well as the fact that if you look at the knurling on this one here, most of them that you're going to find are going to have knurling like this. They're going to be pretty much straight. And I think at some point in time they also have that looks like a diamond. Just a little tidbit of information there through my research on these. But I think most of the excitement with Gillette Adjustables are around the Fat Boy and the Slim. It's kind of funny, my first adjustable that I got was one of these. At the time, the real interest was in the handle, the length. I guess it depends on the individual, since you do have a setting 1 through 9, and you're shaving a place that's hard to reach, maybe even a head shaver or a lady that's shaving her legs, this longer handle might be what you're looking for, as well as the fact that you've got settings 1 through 9 that just might make a more comfortable shave for a person. They have that kind of versatility on in their shaver. Getting to be a pretty smooth shave. There's not a whole lot left on my face to be picking up right now. This is pretty creamy too. I mean, my face is feeling pretty good right now. If you haven't tried Soap Commander, you might want to at least get one. Give it a whirl. I think I've only got 2 of their soaps, and the other one I think is the sweet tea version, which I like. This is pretty creamy. Pass number 3 against the grain. Yeah, this blade's working really well with this razor. This shaver, I should say. I try to keep the verbiage like that. To me, it's kind of easy to get the two confused when the person says razor, whether they're talking about the blade or the shaver. So I'm kind of trying to keep that verbiage that way. That's one thing about DE shaving, in my opinion. Once you get used to it and get it down, you can whip out a shave pretty darn quick. Smooth and comfortable too. And to me, using the Derby blade, 9 on the setting, it really doesn't feel that aggressive to me. Now, it might be a little bit different with a feather blade, maybe. I don't know. I know I think I've tested it out one time. In other words, did a pass to see what it was like with the feather blade. May have to try that again with this shaver. Next time I shave with it, use a feather blade. I don't remember it feeling aggressive, at least not to me. But I'm used to shaving with a naked blade, if you will, like a shavette or a straight razor. In other words, that blade feel I'm used to. And if you're not used to it, number 9, maybe it might be a bit much. Excuse me. But to be honest with you, I don't know if number 9 equals number 5 on a Fat Boy, for instance, or Slim. Couldn't tell you. I think to the degree that's kind of subjective anyway. It's a personal thing, what you're used to feeling and how it feels to you. And of course what kind of blade you're using. This is what I'm looking for. Aloe. This time of the month, aloe works well for me because especially on the top of my head, it has a tendency, the skin has a tendency to get dry. And witch hazel with aloe kind of helps it keep it not drying out quite so bad. Face feels pretty good though. I mean, it's not BBS, but I'm telling you, it's pretty darn close. There's not a whole lot left on my face. So Commander Unity. If I remember correctly, last time I used this, it doesn't take a whole lot. I do mine just a tad bit different than maybe what you're used to seeing. I do squirt it in my hand and then spread it out, and there's not much in there. This does smell very good. It does make me want to go hunt down a muffin right now. We went shopping the other day, picking up some groceries. Wife asked me why I was picking up some, some ham, sliced ham. Not the deli either, a little bit thicker than that. And I picked up some biscuits, made sure I had a particular kind of cheese, in other words, some Swiss cheese. Asked me what I was going to do with all that I was getting, because she didn't have it on the list. I told her that's what I'm fixing for breakfast. I'm going to whip up some ham, egg, and cheese biscuits. Now you can kind of tell it doesn't take a whole lot to work that in, so that this balm is going to last you a good moment. Considering you got about 6 ounces of soap, it just might last It might outlast the soap. Just a thought. Yeah, the forehead definitely gets dried out. There it is. Gillette 1969 model, third quarter. Gillette Super Adjustable, sometimes referred to as a Black Beauty. There's the blade there. And I guess you might say, I have two different ways I handle this, and if you're wondering how a guy takes care of I put all the blades in the dispenser like this, and then I've got another plastic container that I put it in, and once it gets full of both of those, I'm going to wrap it up and send it on its way. That way nobody's going to get themselves hurt with a blade just naked in the trash can, because if somebody's going to get hurt with that blade that's naked in the trash can, it's going to be me. So no, it's not going to happen. At any rate, I'd have to say I really like this shaver. Handle works well for me. Don't have a short version. One day I do have intentions of getting the short version. This one here, you can tell it's not in the best of shape, but definitely it's usable. Works just fine. I guess you might call it a user grade. And it does travel up and down like it should. Got this one at a steal. Paid around $3 less for it. At any rate, had a great shave today. Hope everybody follows me on Monday somehow or another. And Tuesday, one of those will be on a video. I'll do a video on Monday, then a blog on Tuesday. But I'm going to be using the Victory shaving soap. There's Hot Stuff. And the next one, Hell's Angel. These, I mean, they are packed to the hilt with soap. 4 ounces at the bare minimum they do weigh. These are special edition ones, and on the back you can see all the verbiage there, but also you can tell that it's a limited edition, how many was made of the soap, and what number is yours. And I think that's pretty cool. But the description letting you know about each one of these, how they came up with the name and whatnot, I think it's pretty cool. I really like their soap. Is pretty good. I mean, you know how a new soap maker, sometimes it takes a while for people to get to know the name and get the soap, and for the word to get out, in other words. And this soap here is I guess you might say it's just not the word just hasn't got out just yet. Once it does, though, I think people are really going to like this soap. It lathers up pretty good. It's plenty slick for me. In other words, you can shave with a shavette or a straight razor with it. At least I can. And even though I haven't tried a straight razor, but I have a shavette. This is some pretty good soap. I understand, some people may not like the tin, but I ball lather most of the time, so the tin doesn't bother me one way or the other. The labeling, though, is just outstanding. I mean, this is some outstanding labeling. At any rate, hope everybody enjoys their Sunday. Stay safe and smooth shaves to you.